Welcome,
Welcome.
welcome, welcome
Welcome
to Empire to Empire
Empire
to Empire
Empire
to Empire
of Arts.
of Art.
Arts.
of Arts
of Arts.
to Empire of Arts.
Thank Empire of Arts.
Thank you so much, Empire of Arts. That's too kind.
Empire of Art 696. Welcome back, brother. Love you, TTU, baby. I actually had a chance to speak with Empire of Arts family, wife and kids. The whole family's amazing. I'm gonna let you guys know because Empire of Arts is like me, very humble, very modest, doesn't brag on himself too much. But that dude's a cool fucking dude. That's a cool fucking dude. Awesome family, cool fucking dude.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm a great big dildo. I'm a dildo. I'm a great big dildo.
Gay!
You're scammed by Chille and oh hi.
Sorry about that. Bitches. What's going on, Empires, and welcome to Empire of Arts. Once again, we are live with Dark Angel Rose. Once again, how's it going, guys? How's it going?
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to our live stream tonight. And tonight, we are going to have another fun videos that we were about to watch. Tonight, we are going to watch another Eli. So apparently this guy got arrested again. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, Rose? He got arrested again.
You'll never learn.
Never learn. All right, so this video and then the next video that we were about to watch is another Chille de Castro, another update for Mr. Chille de Castro for 4th of July. And what's up, Blackbeard hacking, and also William Atkinson and the rest of the people that was here. Welcome to Empire of Arts. All right, so This video is called. Let's see. Eli got arrested again by the same cop of upcoming trial. Interesting. All right. Well, anyways, that being said, let's start and watch the video. Guys, feel free to react. And we are going to highlight it and read it for you. All right. Here we go. Let's share the video real quick. There we go. All right. Here we go.
Yeah. Same.
That's the reason I don't drive
What's
when it
that,
rains
baby?
and when it's snowing.
What was there, my page? No, I ain't talking to you, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here, dude.
That's
Go to
the dude
work.
that arrested me, my page. Fuck out of here. Say
Take your ass to work, man.
Wow.
with the lady with the issue in the car,
Right.
the addict. Remember the addict?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was the officer in charge of the arrest.
Spazzing in the car, yup. I can't believe they still dragging on that court for that
Yeah,
shit, man.
that's
That's
the
just a
criminal
bender
cop that
shit.
arrested you.
Yeah, I got moved to
That's the
September.
criminal cop that begged them to sign that complaint.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
Mm-hmm.
That shit.
Piece of shit.
Let me double check
Dirtbag.
his name, 'cause I forgot.
Dirtbag.
And this is why, my friend, they always get arrested because they wanted to interrupt the police officer's investigation. Nothing new. It's all the time. They always wanted to interrupt. And then when they come to the investigation and when the police officer asks them what are they doing, they always want to, ask for name and badge number all the time. And, they're practicing their constitutional right at the same time.
Oh, Lord. Again. A fucking again.
My bad, bro. I don't even.
Yo, I hear little kids calling me out. Yo, what up? I love you all. Shit, I hear kids calling me out, my please.
What it is, everywhere.
Hello, hi. God bless you. All right, guys. I don't know, man. Oh, shit.
Please leave the children alone.
I know, right?
Oh, man.
Terrible.
Damn, yo.
That was a head-on, bro. That was a head-on, dog. That was a head-on collision.
I don't know, my baby.
Yeah, that looks bad.
That was head-on, Eli.
I hope everybody's gonna be okay.
Looks like they hit that tree.
No, that was a head-on collision.
Oh, no, yeah, mira. Nah, he hit the car, I think. He hit the back of the car.
Is
Yeah, but what about the front of the black car? Who did he hit?
Yeah. That's what I'm
That's
saying,
right.
bro. That the front of that
The car.
the way that shit is lined up, that shit don't make that car in the front, bro, like that's another hit. Like
goodness.
Hey, yo, shout out to the little kids staying tuned in, my page.
That's probably two
yeah,
cars
my
involved.
salutes to them, man.
But I don't
That's
know,
why
my
this
baby.
car's
I'm
involved.
confused right now because I don't know if this car was parked.
Nah, he definitely wasn't parked.
It wasn't
This
parked,
is
bro.
one spot.
All that it is just attention. Like he doesn't care whoever gets hurt in this situation at the same time. Like, oh man. Eli.
Wasn't parked because look at the front of it, bro. Look,
Yeah,
Yeah,
look
nah,
at the front of the car.
front of the first car.
Front of it's gone.
Look at the front of that, bro. That's
Yeah,
not.
he wasn't parked.
That's not parked, bro.
He could have been parked, but where's the other car? Look behind you, Eli. Could be on the sidewalk.
Oh shit. Damn.
Man, hopefully everybody's safe, man.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
You know what? They were probably.
Welcome to the podcast. Please say your name.
Steve Jobs.
You know what happened?
Steve Jobs.
You know what happened?
You know,
We're
we're gonna skip this part. We're just gonna go to when he got arrested. Because
Yes, please. I'd like to keep my brain cells.
it's just getting more cringier at the same time.
This is one of the owners of him.
Thank goodness it was only 2 cars.
Oh no, but she was parked.
They're
And her car got fucked up over here. Yo, what up, man?
Oh.
Damn. Yeah, they fucked up her car. She was parked. So they fucked up her bumper. I don't know how these two. It looks like probably head to head, my face. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what that looks like.
It's head to head.
It was head to head. I'm
You know,
telling you, it was
this is
head to
already
head.
traumatic enough for everybody involved. Why are you in here filming it?
I know. Oh man.
And then he ran into the tree after that shit.
Yeah, he spun around.
And bounced off. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
shit.
that black car wasn't in that proposition. It was probably
I
on
can
the
tell
road.
you why it happened. They was using
in that situation.
Damn.
Head to head.
God bless, man. That shit. Man, that's crazy, man. Like,
Yo, where's the driver at? Where's the driver at? Someone to find.
I don't know about these guys.
Where's the driver at?
It should look like a. What's that? A Toyota?
No, it's like a Nissan. I'm not sure.
It looks like an Acura to me.
The whole front of that shit is gone.
It looks like an Acura.
Yeah, I can't tell from the front
Hey,
of the body.
Yo, my beef, hold it down. Somebody got to say something to you, all right?
I bet.
Mute up.
Go ahead, bro.
Tell them.
See, all that it is just attention and just like, you know, promoting himself at the same time, promoting his YouTube channel at the same
Also,
time.
does he not realize he could get into some serious legal issue here? He's filming a minor, didn't ask for the parents' permission.
Yeah. Oh man, let's just skip that one.
Her and her family came and told me that the baby wanted to say something to you guys. I'm like, what? But she wanted to say for them to subscribe.
It's like this is not part of like Constitution or whatever they were saying that, you know, they were like part of the press or being like reporter or anything like that. No, it's not part of that. It's more of like, you know, promoting themselves, and you know, it's part of the grift. It is like you know, all Frauditors are always like this.
All right.
Tell her to go to YouTube and see the video.
I can
You go, bro.
barely hear.
Oh man, it just makes
Let's put this show out of its misery.
Yeah, that's what it makes me want it to like. Man, please.
There's another lawsuit for Steve Jobs. Oh, for iPhone. Steve Jobs passed away.
Apple CarPlay is dangerous.
Android car garbage.
If you don't have CarPlay, it's called Android Auto.
Gina, why you
Garbage either way.
Yo, Miss Gina, you really are
the best.
hating, yo.
You
I'm
are
not hating. I'm not hating. Y'all hating. Y'all are the ones hating.
You are
Y'all are the ones hating. Y'all are the haters. I'm just saying.
carrying.
Y'all are the ones hating. I'm just saying.
We got you, Gina. We got you.
Apple is life.
We got you.
Damn, this shit
Yeah,
just
look at that BMW. See that BMW symbol right there?
Oh, fuck.
I'm sorry, guys, but I'm still having trouble understanding how this accident happened.
Somebody crossed the double
me
file
too.
line.
And then it spun.
The front and the
That's
back
what
of the
happened.
car is completely jacked up. I mean, you
Well,
got,
we won't know until we see the camera footage on the street lights and stuff like that.
I'm starting to think that they went head on to each other,
And then he spun.
head on collision, and then
The
but the
BMW
BMW will
spun.
have a whole
like
lot
they
more
just went
damage.
spinning. Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like the BMW should have a lot more damage. This black car is decimated.
Yeah, no, yeah. That shit is crazy. Damn.
And the families probably
And
haven't been notified yet, and you're just putting it out there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
depends on how many passengers you had in the vehicle too.
It's like they were asking, they were asking where the freaking driver is, where the driver is. Of course, they were in the hospital already. Like probably like picked it up. The ambulance already picked it up or something like that. Like, what is their business for this thing? Like,
Yeah, and that looks pretty bad. They'll be lucky if they didn't get injuries.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, right.
All the airbags are deployed too. On the other one.
I mean, duh, it's a car crash, dude.
Of
course.
Left. I'm just saying.
También, right?
Give it 3 cars involved in reality.
That's what I'm thinking.
I almost got
no shit,
today.
Sherlock.
I'm making a right on red. The car from
Oh, you mean
the left lane.
while you were driving?
The car from the I was driving the car from the left lane. Okay. All of a sudden, almost hits the back of me because she switched lanes into my lane, and she had a little baby, and looked like a newborn baby in the back seat of the car. Then, when the light turned red and they were next to me, her husband, boyfriend, whoever he was, he said, were you born stupid, or just does your face just show you're stupid? I said, nah. I said, your face shows me that you were born stupid. You know, they're trying to say that I crossed
What are
into their
you,
lane.
in
No,
middle
I didn't.
school?
Yeah, that's what I'm freaking. None of their conversation doesn't make any sense. It's not even like connected to this freaking video and stuff like that.
Be careful out there, Josephine.
Oh yeah, I'm
Can we
extremely
maybe
alert.
fast forward to the good part? You know, where he gets the torture cuffs.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what it.
This is painful.
Yeah. Oh man.
Rabati. Officer Rabati. Look at this. Look at this. I'm moving back. I'm walking back, right? I'm walking back, right? I'm walking back, right? I'm walking back. I'm walking back.
And then there you go. There you go. It started again. It started how he freaking frauded again.
Oh Lord. Again.
And let me guess, he's gonna start asking for what's that called? Name and badge number. Name and badge number.
I'm walking back. Arrested for what?
Take a day from being dirty. Take a day from being dirty.
I'm under arrest, my baby.
What?
I'm under arrest. Let me put my phone down. Let me put my
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Phone down. He's breaking my elbow, my baby.
What the
What
fuck?
the fuck? They gonna pay? They gonna pay for it. Go ahead. Look, he's breaking my elbow right now. Why you putting this on?
What the fuck, yo?
Maybe stop trying to pull away, and he wouldn't be pulling on your arm.
Oh man.
Fucking run. And I was walking back.
He was walking to the sidewalk. Bullshit.
Cop picked up his phone.
And there you go, guys. There you go. That's like a really it's a long video, but I'm just gonna make it short because you know,
That was painful.
it is very painful, like the whole stuff. And Draz X Crap, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to Empire of Arts. Well, our next video up today that we were about to watch, and feel free, like I said, feel free, guys, to have your commentary for the videos, and we're happy to put it on highlight and read it for you and answer it. All right, so our next video is well, we're going to our main video already. All right, well, before that, we're gonna go for the parody. That was created by Flat Derp. It was, oh man, that's it's funny. Here's the video from Mr. Chille de Castro. Once again, let me see here. And then we're gonna go to Patrick Darcy, right? Rose?
And you have the lineup, but I just make suggestions.
All right. Here we go. I just hope that we don't get copyrights for this one. But it's just like a introduction sound, so we'll see. All right, so here we go. That being said, let's watch this video. Let's get started. There we go. And shout out to Flat Derp, by the way, for this video.
Lawman and the scholars of the universe.
Lawman and the scholars of the universe. There you go.
I am Chille, constitutional law scholar and defender of the secrets of the dungeon. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me when I lifted my magic trifle above my head and said, "By the power of YouTube, I am a dollar." And Lawman, the most powerful man in the universe. I defend the Constitution from the horrifically bad, evil people who locked me up for no reason.
Who locked me up for no reason? Isn't that always his reason for it and stuff?
A false cry of innocence, even though everyone knows he isn't.
Oh man.
Hello world, today is July 1st, 2024. My name is Chille de Castro. I am a journalist and First Amendment auditor. Let me ask you a very intelligent question that you can use your basic logic to answer.
That's how I feel about
Why
this.
isn't there a text message service?
Chille's wearing a freaking wet diaper. Oh man.
If you miss a court date, or you miss your child support payment, or you didn't pay a ticket, or whatever it may be, why you're going to get a warrant, why isn't there a text message service? Why can't the state, the county, the city, why can't they send you a text message and say, "Hey, John Smith, you have a warrant. You didn't show up for your child support hearing. Do you want to come in on this date, or this date?" Why isn't there
I'm loving those text messages.
service? Additionally,
What was that? Can you repeat that again?
Oh, I'm loving these text messages.
you're going to be put in jail. Why can't you have 24 to 72 hours to get your affairs in order? When that dirty Judge Zimmerman put me in jail, she then put me in jail immediately, directly from the courtroom. I didn't have time to get my business affairs in orders. 3 people lost their jobs because she put me in jail immediately. Why do you have to be arrested from the street and taken immediately to the dungeon? Why does your car need to be impounded? Let's say, for example, that you have a warrant for an unpaid traffic ticket. An unpaid traffic ticket. Follow me here? Okay, you get pulled over and they say you didn't pay a traffic ticket, you got a warrant. You didn't get a text message, you never got a warning that there was a warrant. And by the way, the automated
Don't ignore us. Last chance, beta boy. Fine. We'll punk you with Roy. Oh, that kills me. That kills
Poor
me.
Roy.
Man.
The text messaging system could warn you morning, noon, and night. You have a warrant. If a cop runs your license plate, they're going to pull you over, impound your car, and you're going to go to jail. If there's a text message...
William Atkinson says, text message and digital detainment. This guy is so stupid.
service, then the second part of this message that I'm leaving for you now would not be as valid if there was only a text messaging service. And remember, you get automated text from every kind of business in the world. During the pandemic, how many text messages did you get on your phone telling you that 2 million Californians were going to die? Why can't you get a text message?
Well, you know, I'm a great big dildo. I'm a dildo. I'm a great big dildo. Yeah.
Well, not only that, actually, we miss a lot. Like, there is another parody video that Flat Derp made for Mr. Chille de Castro. Another one is really bad. It's funny at the same time. Oh, let's see that real quick. Guys, feel free to have a have a commentary and stuff like that. I can post it. Give me a second here. Let me see real quick. Bear with me. Oh, there we go. We have to watch this. One.
If it comes around the way people are saying some people are saying it's going to come around, then you guys tell me where you stand. I just want to know because I can't say anything else. I just have to bite my tongue.
It came around for you, didn't it, Chille? It's about to come around again when you get denied.
Yeah.
Today on Chille's Burning Patch.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh man. Here we go. He's getting ready for Roy.
Passion's mission of love.
I'm on a mission. Every time I see cherries and berries come on, I will pull over and I will. If when you see a copper, your is not sliding out of your pocket, then you have not been watching the channel. Every time you see a copper, your slides out of your pocket and you immediately begin. The reason I film you guys is because I never know when I'm gonna get lucky.
Oh man.
Yeah, I feel bad for Roy. He has no idea what he's been cursed with.
Yeah. I know, William. Got Roy's name tattooed on his butt.
What makes you? What's your passion? You look good, bro. You looking good.
Well, he is property by Roy. You know.
Fucking young, man. I'm 48 years old. The torture cuffs you carry on your belt. If I have to go with you, I'll go with you. You don't have to torture cuff me. Let me put them on you. Let me put them on you the way you put them on people.
Isn't that how it sounds like? Every time he said that to the police officers, like about the torture cops and stuff like that, it really sounded like, you know. Oh man, it sounds so bad.
Sponsored by Delete Law's new cherry and berry flavored lubes for when you really want to a cop. Dick Bag Patrol in color.
Oh man, that's a good one. That's a good one. It's a really short video, and it's funny. It's so funny. Oh man. Well, anyways, next video is our main topic. Actually, give me a second. From Delete Laws. So apparently he have a new video from 4th of July.
This man would have no problem dragging me off to a dungeon and you slap.
All right, here we go. All right, so let's get into it.
Supreme Court needs to be elected. They should be elected to 8. Hello, world. My name is Chille Castro. I'm calling you from the Clark County Detention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. I've been unjustly put inside of a dungeon for filming a cop. Biased and unprincipled Judge Ann Zimmerman put me in jail for obstruction and resisting, something she's never did in the history of her career. We'll see what happens when I get out as far as getting federal litigation filed against this corrupt judge. But that's all I can do. So that's what I'm gonna do.
He always say he never did. He always say like he never did wrong all the time. And then he is like trying to appeal that thing. Like he thinks he's gonna win for this. And he keeps on lying.
Why the fuck you lying? Why?
Right?
No, he can't. He really cannot stop lying.
Today's 4th of July for you, so I want to wish you the happy 4th of July, celebrating America's independence, the land of the free, home of the enslaved. There's so many millions and millions of people in jails and prisons across.
Travis Gibbs, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. He said Chille is one of the dumbest people I've ever seen. Well, we all think about that, about Chille.
Our country, because we have allowed an unchecked Supreme Court to create laws against us. They've created legislation from the bench time and time again. You may have.
And also Blackbeard Hacking said, like Terry versus Ohio, Chille got no effing clue about Terry Bar. Exactly. He wanted to overturn Terry versus Ohio. It's not gonna happen. It's like way too old.
I've seen yesterday that they've now given the president absolute immunity.
And you know, the history of that is we all know that Terry is in a wrong in that situation. I mean, I watched the whole story about Terry versus Ohio.
Anything he does in his official capacity. The truth of the matter is that the Supreme Court needs to be elected. They should be elected to 8-year terms and to a maximum of 2 terms total for a total of 15 years at the max. We have Supreme Court personnel who are appointed by politicians, and the politicians jockey and levy to get the right position so they can put their conservative or their liberal on the Supreme Court. Let me ask you a question. Would you like to hear the Supreme Court nominee stand in front of the public and say, here's how I'm going to defend your civil rights. Here's how I'm going to stand up for the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the Seventh Amendment, right, through a jury trial.
But all of your First Amendment, Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment, or whatever amendment you were, inventing, is not even like, not even make sense at all. Like, what are you saying over here? Like, everybody sees that you're in the wrong, right, Rose?
Yeah.
I was put in jail here in Las Vegas, Nevada, by a biased and unprincipled judge who was married to a cop for years and years and years. I didn't get a jury trial. That's a Seventh Amendment violation. The Seventh Amendment says that if there's a controversy that arises that's more than $20 in value, that you get a jury trial. I didn't get a jury trial. And believe me, this has cost me a lot more than $70, or over $75,000 in lawyer's fees so far. The Supreme Court should have to stand in front of the American populace, just like any other elected official, and stand up and say how they're going to stand up for our Constitution's rights, our Bill of Rights, our amended rights. Because you may not know it, but each and every single Supreme Court justice, call them justices, each and every one of the personnel on the Supreme Court, they are politicians. Go back. One of my favorite Supreme Court justices is a guy named John McLean. He was appointed to the Supreme Court in 1829, and he finished in 1861 when he died. So he's on the Supreme Court for 32 years. John McLean also wanted to be president of the United States. Earl Warren, Supreme Court Chief Justice from 1953 to 1969. He was a politician. He was governor of California. He'd been elected a couple times to governor of California, one of the few who did it. And he was nominated by both the Democrats and the Republicans. Both of them wanted them to be the leader of California. Throughout the history of time,
And of course, what Chille always think that the governor can change the law all the time. Like that's why he wanted to be a governor of 7 different states. He thinks that he can change the law. He can change what the police officers is and stuff like that. Oh man. And Travis Gibbs says, poor Chille Tard spent forth dealing with the consequences of his action. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And also, Blackbeard Hacking said, it's funny, I'm British and I know more about Terry versus Ohio more than Chille, and Chille don't know any of the elements. Yeah. He doesn't know anything about that Terry versus Ohio. He always wanted to say it in a wrong way about, he wanted to overturn it, even though he doesn't care if Terry was in the wrong for what happened in that Terry versus Ohio. He thinks it was racism. And it's not. It's proven that the person was about to rob the jewelry store.
Chase, he was Secretary of Treasury for Abraham Lincoln. Then in 1864, Abraham Lincoln put him on the Supreme Court. He was on the Supreme Court from 1864 to 1873. Salmon Chase was a politician. He wanted to be president of the United States. As you go down the list of the Supreme Court persons throughout the history of time, they're all politicians. All of them are. Now, the past 20 or 30 years, what we've seen is they're going through clerking. They'll clerk for this Supreme Court justice, and then they'll get in. Rehnquist, first put on the Supreme Court in 1972 until 1986.
Travis Gibbs says Ozzy Osbourne is more of a constitutional law scholar. Oh, absolutely.
And then Supreme Court Justice from 1986 until 2000.
I'm sure King Cubs is going to be happy about that because he's a huge fan of,
2005.
Ozzy Osbourne.
William Rehnquist was a clerk for Supreme Court Justice Robert Jackson. Are you starting to get what I'm putting down here, Brown? It is a political position. Republicans and Democrats, Chucky, and let's keep going a little bit more history here. Jimmy Carter was president from 1977 to 1981. Jimmy Carter, besides Andrew Johnson, who took over after Abraham Lincoln was assassinated in 1865, Andrew Johnson wasn't allowed to appoint a member to the Supreme Court. After Andrew Johnson, every single president, including Garfield, who was president in 1881, assassinated 6 months later, even Garfield put somebody on the Supreme Court, Stanley Matthews, from 1881 to 1889. So when you take a look at it, you go all the way from Andrew Johnson when he got out of the presidency in 1869, and then Rutherford B. Hayes took over. From Rutherford B. Hayes all the way up to Jimmy Carter in 1977, all those people appointed someone to the Supreme Court. Jimmy Carter did not appoint anybody to the Supreme Court. And why is that? Because people are living longer now. And what the Republicans and Democrats have both done, and mostly the Republicans the past 30 years, is they've made it so that they're appointing people to the Supreme Court who are 45 or 50 years old so that they can be on the Supreme Court for 35, 40 years. Let's take a look at Clarence Thomas. Maybe you heard of a president named George H. Bush. George H. Bush was president from 1989 to 1993. George Herbert Bush appointed a guy named Clarence Thomas to the Supreme Court in 1991. Now, if you were born after 19...
See, like none of this thing has to do with him for his appeal or anything like that. For him getting arrested and stuff.
91 or right around 1990.
He's just wanted to educate, right? He just wanted to educate people from his knowledge, which is his knowledge is like not even a knowledge. Why do I even call it a knowledge or anything like that? It's just a piece of trash.
You've never known another Supreme Court justice on the court longer than Clarence Thomas. Here's the question. Why and what qualifies Clarence Thomas to be on the Supreme Court from 1991 until now? We were in the Iraq War. We started the Iraq War in 1991. And we still have the same Supreme Court justice there. If you're Generation Z, you were born after Clarence Thomas was put on the Supreme Court, and he's still on the Supreme Court. Now take a look at the last three appointments. You're going to have Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett. The three of them are young. They're going to be on the Supreme Court 25, 35 years apiece. And what qualifies them to stand up for our civil liberties? What qualifications did they mention to this?
Hang on. hang on. Hold on. Travis Gibbs says Chille should run for president with Jeremy DeWitt as the VP. I mean, aren't they both kind of the same? What do you think, Ross?
Well, they do both try to pretend to be the law and fail at it.
Yeah, right? One is trying to be wannabe police officers and all that stuff. And then this guy is want to be a constitutional law scholar that needs a lawyer.
The people of the United States, that they're going to stand for our First Amendment right, our Second Amendment right, our Third Amendment right, Fourth Amendment right, Fifth Amendment right, Seventh, Eighth. Take a look at what they've done. They overturned Roe versus Wade. Well, whether people like it or not.
All right, have a good night, Blackbeard. Thank you for tuning in.
70% of this country wants to be able to have the woman have the right to choose whether or not she wants to have a baby or not. Over 70% of the country. So then how come it is? Why would it be that the Supreme Court could overturn Roe versus Wade? Let me explain it to you. It's called a majority minority. It's a majority of the senators who approved Coney Barrett, who approved Brett Kavanaugh, who approved Neil Gorsuch, but it's a minority of the people. The way the Senate was set up, it was set on a bicameral legislative position. In other words, the House of Representatives would appoint senators to the Senate all the way up until 1930 when the 17th Amendment made senators be elected. Now, after that, senators are going to be elected. Now, when you take a look at Brett Kavanaugh's appointment to the Supreme Court, he's going to be approved 52 senators to 48. But which senators were they? They're the senators from the least populated states.
Well, the thing about it is, what he said here. He was a Black Power Ranger for one episode, so that makes him a minority. I don't think he made it to be a black. Did he ever made it like a Black Power Ranger?
No, he did not.
Yeah, I heard he harassed one of the employees, and
It was literally a one and out deal, and yeah, he caused a lot of trouble.
yeah, yep, yeah. Yep. He
Yeah.
he was fired. He was fired. Exactly.
You had 75 to 25% of the population, that 25% of the population put Brett Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court. It's called a majority minority. A majority of senators, but a minority of the population. So you have.
If that opportunity is, that I should have, if I was him, I should have take that opportunity and not harassed all people in that part, because you never know. I mean, it's a good opportunity. It's better than going on YouTube and freaking saying a lot of BS and all that. It's just, this guy is just wasting his time.
These Supreme Court justices who are put on the court by senators from tiny states, from Wyoming, from Montana, from Kansas, from Nebraska. They have very small populations, but they have the same one man, one vote in the Senate. And as long as we continue with this system where the Senate is going to approve the appointment of Supreme Court personnel, we're going to have a lopsided country. Because whether people listening to this like it or not, 7 out of 10 people want to be able to have the right to have abortion if they want to. They want to be able to take the morning after pill. That's the way the country is. Now, we have a very small population from very small states. Senators represent the same as a California senator, the same as a New York senator, the same as a Texas senator, the same as an Illinois senator. And those senators voted against Brett Kavanaugh. Because the simple fact is that we have an ultra-conservative Supreme Court right now that's working against the will of the people. George Herbert Bush, who put Clarence Thomas on the Supreme Court in 1991, his ideas, his ideology, the way he sees the world is no longer valid in 2024. But yet, his spirit, George Herbert Bush, his spirit lives on in Clarence Thomas. Now, the only thing...
Matt Torrance, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to Empire of Arts.
The conservative Supreme Court justices do is they uphold our Second Amendment. Other than that, they work against us constantly. Take a look at the 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista that said anything is arrestable. It's decided 5-4 for conservatives with one so-called liberal named David Souter. Well, let's take a look at who David Souter actually was. He came from New Hampshire and he was a prosecutor. And what did he have a reputation of? If he got you and found you guilty in court, he would hammer you. When he was a judge in New Hampshire, when a defendant was found guilty, he would hammer them and give them horrific.
Matt Torrance says, let me guess, Chille has an idea to revamp the whole system.
Well, he also has an idea for them to send text messages to criminals, give them warnings so they can run by a certain date.
Long prison sentences. So then when it gets on the Supreme Court, and here's the case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista. What happens here is Gail Atwater is pulled over because her children are not put in seatbelts. The cop there, his name is Turek, he decided that he's going to teach her a lesson. He was going to arrest her because he had warned her the previous week or the previous month about having her kids seatbelted in. Now, Gail Atwater was arrested and taken to jail. When her husband got home, he sued that cop. The case went all the way up to the Supreme Court. When it gets to the Supreme Court, for conservatives are consistently cocksuckers, consistently work against freedom, against liberty.
Yeah, like, why do you have to lie so much about the judge that say no to you, that puts you in jail? It serves you right for her putting you in jail because you are being, well, first of all, you break the law, all right? Plus you're being disrespectful in that court, calling the police officers a freaking, like, you're calling them a name at the same time, and you expect them to be nice to you. Wow. Wow, Chili.
They're free the state to be able to do anything they want to. David Souter joins the conservatives, and he writes in Atwater versus Chicago Vista that if a police officer witnesses you break the law, even a minor infraction of the law, you can be arrested, and it's not a violation of your Fourth Amendment. Now, immediately on that day, David Souter should have been impeached. He should have been removed from the Supreme Court. And the other four conservatives who voted for that, they also should have faced impeachment. So Theodore Roosevelt came up with an idea when he ran for the Progressive platform in 1912. It's when Woodrow Wilson is going to beat both Theodore Roosevelt and William Howard Taft, who are going to offset the vote. They're going to get 7.5 million votes, and Woodrow Wilson's going to win the election with 6 million votes. But had they not ran against each other, then you would have a progressive in office instead of a conservative. Well, Woodrow Wilson was also a progressive, but he was not nearly as progressive as Theodore Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt had an idea that said that when the Supreme Court does something that goes against the will of the people should be able to vote on referendum. Now, it's going to have some major constitutional problems.
Well, not only that, Dras X Crap says Chile sounds like a communist. He's also a freaking domestic terrorist, for my opinion. At the same time, well, this is another reason why he is getting investigated by the counter terrorists and stuff like that. I still want to know what's going on with that. I still want to know if that ever gonna be, what's the result for that one. And Team Hicks says that part of his plan talk bad about people, so when they rule against he can say they were biased.
Biased. Yeah, everyone who disagrees with him is always biased.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry, my.
However, what I suggest is that when the Supreme Court does things that go against the will of the people should have the right to impeach them by referendum, and the Supreme Court personnel should be elected. I don't care if you're conservative or liberal or Democrat or Republican, an independent, progressive. I don't care if you're libertarian, Greenpeace Party. I can't fathom there's an American in the United States who wants anything to be arrestable. If you cross the street when the light is red and the cop sees you do it, that's arrestable. If you were speeding, that's an infraction of the law, that's arrestable. If you didn't use your blinker and the cop sees you do it, that's arrestable. I can't fathom there's an American alive that wants to have anything be arrestable. The Fourth Amendment is the right of the people to be free of unreasonable searches and seizures. Seizure is arrested. Can you imagine if we had the power to impeach these Supreme Court personnel when they do something that goes against our Fourth Amendment? That is the ideal that I would like to strive for. Not necessarily take the decision out of the judge's hand, but make sure that they understand that they can be impeached by the people. That's my goal.
Yeah. None of it is like I said, none of it is like part of his. Well, what can I say? Well, his appeal is court
And
again.
it's gonna get denied.
Yeah, he's going to get denied. Jose, the bedwetter. welcome to Empire of Arts. Welcome to the stream. He said, "Hey guys, did I miss a good part? Is Chile the mutt still?" Of course, he always is. He always is. Always.
Still claiming that false innocence, too.
Mhm. Yeah. All right. So our next video is one from Patrick Darcy. Let me see here. Give me a
Oh,
sec.
yes, please. I'd love to watch him own Chille.
Just bear me, guys. Bear with me. I'm looking for it. Give me a second. Say one of his new videos. All right, here we go. Shout out to Patrick Darcy, by the way.
As we celebrate our freedom tomorrow for 4th of July, I thought it would be appropriate to make a video for the prosecution to focus on to assure the conviction of Chille de Castro. So I'm putting on my former prosecutor hat, and let's get right to it. Is that Chille made a fatal admission in open court when he nodded his head that he wants this. You know, he wants an altercation with the cops. That means willfulness. The Wilson case, and that one explained Wilson as a specific intent. So now that we've got Chille saying,
Priest and Chille, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to Empire of Arts. So we have another Chille named Jose Bedwetter, and then we have Priest and Chille right here. Chille never quits. He won't stop. He never stop. Isn't that what he said?
Certainly lacks the ability to shut up.
Yep.
saying that he did not have the intent, it doesn't matter because his actions contradict what he just said.
He wants this. He wants to get arrested.
Yeah, he wants to get arrested. This is his goal. His goal is to get arrested. That is his goal. He want to be arrested.
Wants to get into an altercation with police officers.
He just nodded his head. He wants this. Want is willfulness. He's admitting that his conduct was something that he wanted. So if he wanted it, then it's willful. That seals it right there. Let's go back to the people's brief.
I mean, the thing about it is, Chille Prison says, "Could you imagine being this clown cellmate?" Well, Roy is taking care of that. I think Roy already gave up on him, from what I heard. Right, Rose?
Roy ran for the hills.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take it from the top. The bench memorandum. We've already looked at this. I studied it. It was 4 pages. It had no effect on the outcome of the trial. So as the prosecutor, you're going to say, this bench memorandum does not support a new trial for ineffective assistance of counsel because it only cited a one Nevada case out of the Ninth Circuit. It was all over the map. And as proof that it had no effect on the outcome of the trial, it had no effect on the outcome of this appeal. Because first of all, Chille's admitted to the crimes. And secondly, they didn't even articulate how that bench memorandum or that trial brief, they couldn't even persuade in the appellate papers how it had any effect on anything.
But hold on, give me a second here. Hang on. William Atkinson says you get a lawsuit. Everybody gets a lawsuit. Yeah. See,
Even
the
the
thing about
judges aren't exempt.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing about it is, everybody knows Chile was in the wrong, and he's still trying to appeal it, and he's still trying to say that he was in the right, and he's still pushing the fact that the obstruction of justice, obstruction of police officers' investigation. He's still pushing that it has to be physical. It's been an argument for like a long time, even in this freaking channel. Like a lot of Chile's people came to our channel and have a comment about um, obstruction, about the obstruction and all that stuff. It's always an argument. They always tell us that they were always trying to educate us about it, and they were telling us that obstruction always have to be physical. No, it's not. It can be. It can be. Obstruction is everything. You can be like when you get arrested and you're resisting, you can still get charged for obstruction. And if you were trying to, interrupt the police officer's investigation, that is also obstruction. Obstruction without violence. And if you are fighting the police officers at the same time, that which is physical, well, that can lead to obstruction with violence plus a felony, right? Ain't that right, Rose?
Well, if he didn't get the felony for putting his hands on the police officer, which he should have, I think they took it a little too easy on him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, we all know that Chile was in the wrong from that from that situation and all that stuff.
This is a problem. Explained he did not know anything about appellant. True, but that he was concerned about his safety and the safety of the driver that he initially stopped. That is not a true statement. You're going to have to be ready for that. So let's take a look.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. PTW Media, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to Empire of Arts. And what he said is, dude, if Chile and DeWitt run for president, I mean, really, they're more legit than the two front runners. Oh no. I mean, that would be terrible if they run for president. He's so terrible. Oh man.
Now, you're also going to have to talk about Wilson because you cited to it in your brief, and Chile finally cited the case in the reply brief, but it didn't really do any analysis of it, of course. But you're going to mention that you concede that irritating speech is going to be incidental to the arrest because people are going to talk. That doesn't mean that the speech has any impact on the conviction. So it's possible that the speech that he uses is protected speech, but that doesn't change his conduct. His conduct, is it willful? Does it have the intent to do these things? So we could have a discussion about poetry while I'm delaying the arrest. The discussion of poetry while constitutionally protected has nothing to do with my actions. Now, again, Cap Failure with the great video. I'm merely using his video here. And here's the dialogue. I typed it all up. Cop, back up, you're not involved. Oh, I see. Cop says, okay for filming, but stay away from my driver, back up.
You were pulled over. Oh, I see.
I mean, here we go. Here. That you can tell that Chile was in the wrong on this one. You can tell in this video.
Back up. Back up. Got involved. Oh, I see. Oh, gotcha. You can tell me you need to stay away from my driver. Back up.
So it's do not engage with my driver. So far, the focus is on the driver. It's not on officer safety.
Or I'm going to detain you. You're going to
Back up or I'm going to detain you. So even though a lawful order isn't necessary anymore, remember with Wilson, the lawful order is no longer part of the statute.
Yeah, I mean, he gave him a warning. Back up or I will detain you. And did he back up? No, he didn't. He just keep moving forward and then, yelling at the police officer at the same time. He's interrupting the police officer's investigation. which is lead to obstruction. And he thinks that, you know, the cops goal is to put you in jail. No, not yet.
The statute that was
He
passed.
held it off as long as he could, and he warned him an awful lot.
Mm-hmm.
1911, with no legislative history and no real appellate history, it's been changed to a specific intent crime.
Actually, I'm standing right here.
I'm standing right here would be a delaying move. That in itself could be deemed obstruction, but it's just one statement, and I don't think obstruction means just, you know, it's kind of it's a touchy thing. Is it just one statement and you get arrested? I think you need more than that.
At least 10 feet away, officer. I got to tell you, I'm a constitutional law scholar. You can do whatever you want. Because
See, now that would get Chille out of trouble. You can do whatever you want. So that's not obstruction language. You're going to have to be ready for that.
Exactly.
But remember, everything is in context here. You can't always take a thing in one snippet and say, that's it, that proves it, unless it really does.
just understand something. Your name will go on the law, sir. Mind your own.
Like, as always, your name is going to be on my lawsuit. And not just Chille just said that. It's not just Chille. Most of the frauditors always say that. Like, you know, they're going to be part of their lawsuit for no reason at all. It's because they didn't pay attention to them. Oh, man. It's just going back and forth over and over and over again.
Oh, Lord. Again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's important. I want her to have privacy. And that's why your brief is wrong, Mr. Prosecutor. It's all about privacy right now. It only became officer safety when he took the stand. You're going to have to explain that. Now, it's possible both existed, but his state of mind, the cop's state of mind at this point in time, is not officer safety. I don't think he's worried about Chille at all. Okay, the cop's got the gun and the badge. Chille's got a camera. So the cop isn't saying that it was a matter of officer safety at this point. That his intent at this point in time, the cops, is privacy, because he's probably exchanging driver's license and insurance information. And he doesn't want some guy with a
PTW Media said, those who threaten lawsuit often are least likely to have the resource to actually follow through.
Well,
Right?
we all know he doesn't have the knowledge.
No, he doesn't. And also for those people, especially like, you know, frauditors that hates police officers, they were the one who was, you know, they were the one that have like freaking warrant of arrest. They were even fugitive and stuff like that. I think the reason why they hated the police officers is because police officers get them arrested for what they were doing, for what they did wrong. And then when they got out, that's when they're going to start their BS and then do their freaking frauditing. Right? L, welcome. Welcome to Empire of Arts. Thank you for tuning in.
camera filming all of that. So at this point, your brief is wrong. It's demonstrably wrong. You know, you never mentioned privacy. You kind of jumped the gun on that one a little bit. You're going to have to say, well, first of all, he's admitted to it in the court. So, you know, what are we really talking about? Secondly, privacy would be a reason to tell the Chille to back away, because he's filming it. He's not just observing it with his senses. He's actually going to make a record of it that'll go up on YouTube. So I could understand a cop saying, I don't want you filming potentially with your zoom lens or whatever the driver's license of this innocent driver, and then you put it on YouTube, and now she's the subject of identity theft or whatever. Officer Burke further explained he was trying to back appellant up roughly 21 feet due to safety concerns. I don't remember it actually being that way. I remember him saying the 21-foot rule was something that he learned in the academy, but nowhere in that video did he say back up 21 feet. So your response is, it doesn't need to be 21 feet. What it needs to be is a distance that keeps me from feeling like I got to deal with a guy who's interfering with my job. Your choice of language here wasn't the best. It says, instead, this case is about whether appellant obstructed the officer's investigation, and subsequently resisted his arrest for obstructing the investigation. Now, that was not a good choice of words. Once again, you're highlighting the problems with.
See, that's the one that was, that was him being charged with obstructing the police officer's investigation plus resisting arrest.
Well, he still hasn't gotten the definition of obstruction right as of today, so I'm not surprised.
He's still pushing and telling everybody that obstruction has to be physical all the time. Every time, every time, like every time he's gonna be like live streaming or anything like that, or sending his message to his people and upload it to his channel. He always want to say, obstruction is always have to be a physical act. No, you dumbass.
You're saying that he resisted arrest by obstructing. Well, resisting arrest needs to be its own separate charge because it is its own separate charge. There's a resisting arrest charge and there's an obstruction charge. And as we just saw, both statutes use the words obstruction and delays. So it's hard at times to know which one is really which. Are you obstructing or are you resisting? All right, this is the Heibel decision, which I'm giving to you because you never found it. It's only a Supreme Court case from Nevada and was the basis for the decision for the Nevada Supreme Court to break away from the Ninth Circuit. Not an important case at all. Leave it to a California lawyer to do your job for you. 2012. And why is Heibel important, or Hibble, or whatever the hell you want to call it? Bottom line is that officer safety is the paramount objective of the Nevada legislature. They have a legislative purpose and legislative policy to protect police officers in the line of duty because of all the cops have been killed.
Exactly. That's true. I agree with Patrick. I do agree. He was right. And Chille, do you think Chille cares about police officer safety? He doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about that. He doesn't even care about his own safety and people's safety. He doesn't care about that.
But see, if Chille was smart enough, he would listen to Patrick. But he's not.
Yeah. Isn't he a constitutional law scholar? Right?
Part of the appellate process, the court here is supposed to indulge every inference that would support the conviction. And officer safety is something that is typically on the mind of police officers, even if they don't specifically say it at the time they're in the middle of a police stop. And the Nevada Supreme Court thought so highly of it that it broke away from the Ninth Circuit. 199.280 was discussed in Heibel by the Supreme Court, and I don't see any briefing on that. Now, this is important. This is one of the charges you convicted him on. And the Nevada Supreme Court is looking at it and saying this statute is constitutional. So you got Wilson saying it's constitutional for obstruction as long as it's willful, and we've got Chille's admission, and we have Heibel saying that this statute as well is constitutional. So that defeats the constitutionality arguments. There's nothing the judge can do about that other than certify it back to the same courts that have already upheld this. So you win on constitutionality arguments. You automatically win. Mm-hmm. You're welcome. Catch me outside. How about that? Let's go to judicial bias.
I love Patrick.
His sense of humor, though, it's awesome. It's awesome.
That's a loser. We've already mentioned that. Never disqualified the judge.
Again, he should have kept him as a lawyer. He would have done way better than Eli.
Yeah. Well, Chille is a huge loser and all that stuff, and the biggest liar from all of the people and all that. And he was happy to grift and freaking scam people at the same time. That GoFundMe that he have, that's not the only one he have. That's not the only one. He have 3 of them. He have three GoFundMe account. And most of the GoFundMe he have like about $20,000, and then the other one is $25,000 already. What is he gonna do with that freaking money? That's not gonna go to the freaking lawyer. That's just gonna go to his pocket. You know what I mean? That's It's just he's gripped.
Never, the fact that she didn't sentence him to contempt, whatever. So here in your brief, you mentioned, based on the potential dangerous nature of traffic stops, not all First Amendment activities are committed. That is true. You cite to his U.S. Supreme Court decision. How about citing to Heibel? That came from your own court in your own state. You are wrong when you said after due notice. 197.190, if you were reading the Wilson cases, this was also nullified out of Wilson, that there did not need to be due notice because the way the statute was written was so stupid anyway, they eliminated that. That is true. This is a very good point. You're going to argue, and I haven't really seen you do much of it. I don't think you mentioned that he was a constitutional law scholar. He said that on the stand, so it's fair game.
PTW Media says Chille, smart enough, don't belong in the same sentence.
No, it does not.
No, it does not.
If he's holding himself out as a constitutional law scholar, then that means that he has a heightened level of awareness, maybe as much as a lawyer. We know that's not true, but the fact is he markets himself as one. And if he markets himself as a constitutional law scholar, then he would know the law. And therefore, when you cross-examine him, he would then have the status of an expert witness in his mind.
Yeah. If he is marked as a constitutional law scholar, why does he need a lawyer? Why do you need a lawyer? I thought you can help yourself.
Yeah, even lawyers need lawyers sometime, but he'll never be on that level.
Remember, he was graduate from Google and YouTube. That's where he graduated from, for being a constitutional law
He
scholar.
can't even say that right, though, because he still doesn't get the information on either of those platforms correct.
And what PTW Media says, Chille has never won a lawsuit. Bingo! There you go. Yes, you're right. You are absolutely right. Never. He never was. He tries everybody. He tries to sue everybody. Gunner TV. Let's say Gunner TV, Team Skeptic, Mashal Troll Mafia, and the rest of the YouTubers that he hates because they were against him.
Not really against him, just know better.
Yeah, just know better than him. And, even Josh Abrams, he tries to sue Josh Abrams. And even that, he never win. And also, yes, and also Blue Bacon, I forgot about that. That's still running. That case is still going, right? That case is still going. And I'm pretty sure he will never win on that one.
He's not going to win on that appeal either.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So therefore, hold him to that higher standard. And he admitted he didn't know what the right standard was. And then this is very important, the Wilson exception, that even if someone is not getting into fighting words or engaged in physical conduct, such as, pushing and delay, that kind of delay, your statements can act as a delay, and it will be treated. If you just kind of stand there motionless and refuse to cooperate, they'll consider that physical conduct.
PTW says he didn't show up because he was in jail. Not a good look. Even from his case from Ironton, Ohio, right? He didn't show up on that one either. Like it really is not a good look on him. Like he have so many. Okay, this guy is collecting a bunch of charges and stuff like that, and he is never want to fix it. He never want to fix it. He don't want to go to his freaking cases and stuff like that. And that's why he's getting in trouble more and more.
2, because Wilson said you can't write a statute that encompasses all situations. See, what Wilson tried to do was save a bad statute from being abolished, because there's real consequences for that. The police arrest people with these charges. So what they did is they took a turd and they tried to polish the turd. They polished it as much as they could. so it didn't look and smell like a turd as much. And then to get around that stench, they poured perfume on it. But remember, pouring perfume on a turd still leaves you with a turd. And until the legislature writes better statutes that somehow do not overlap each other, this is what we're dealing with. I don't think that that was written right. You're not looking to remove the court. I think you mean the justice. Anyway, justice of the peace. Yeah, that's right. That's
and also he's a really hardcore streamer though. That's why the video of what's that called, Flat Derp, that he made that animation and stuff like that, it actually fits because he is a really hardcore streamer. He's he will never stop giving up on YouTube. He will never stop. It's just gonna keep on going, even though he's in jail. Or I don't know if he ends up in prison. Is he ever gonna be like streaming in there? Is he ever?
Well, I can't wait till he gets actually put in prison and he learns that he had more access to things in jail than he ever would in prison.
Right. And also the thing is, like, he have people from Delete Laws. So even if he's not there, there's still people that will upload every video, or like, let's say Michael Eline, and he's still in there, right? He's trying to, like, cover Chille while he was in jail. Also, I don't know, Brian from Here's the Deal. I don't know. He gave up. He gave up going to Delete Laws and stuff like that.
they're too far into the case to now claim bias, and you would need really clear evidence of it, or at least an Echeverria, that any reasonable person looking at it would assume that she was biased. They lose on this. You don't have to focus on it. Ineffective assistance to counsel is a joke. We've already concluded all of that. So there you go. Ready to go. Easy to protect this win. And I would expect going forward, Chille's going to file another round of appeals. And it's going to go to the constitutionality.
And it'll be last minute like he always does.
Mm-hmm.
Of these statutes. All right, so there you have it. You just have to preserve the win. Okay, you've already got the conviction. I've seen nothing here that changes that. Highable decision is very important for you. Shows that it's constitutional. You would need to show that case authority to the other side before the hearing. Can't blindside them with it. Oh, Judge, we just found this. And the Scott decision as well. Wilson. I mean, you've got all the law here, and most importantly, you put in there that Chille's admitted, and the claim against the judge being biased. I mean, that's not going to win. Michael, me being declared incompetent, I don't see that it would have changed anything. So there you have it. We'll see how it goes next week. And happy 4th to everybody.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's Patrick Darcy, by the way. Shout out. I love his work and all that. He did a good job. Do you want to watch more of his video and stuff like that about Mr. Chille de Castro? I mean, just one last video. Spirit Hunter, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Give me a second here. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Spirit Hunter said he will never stop because narcissistic people believe they are never wrong. They will always twist words to make it someone else's fault. Someone else's fault, even if it makes no sense. Absolutely. They do tend to like twist the words and stuff like that, and make it like they were in a right, but everybody knows that they were in the wrong. It's how Chille is. So what do you think? What do you think, Rose? Should we watch another video of Mr. Patrick Darcy about Mr. Chille de Castro?
Sure.
All right. So here we go. Here's another video from this video is 4 days ago. It's a trial lawyer previews Chille de Castro's oral argument for the 7th. So this is okay. All right. Well, let's watch this video. Give me a second here. All right. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, once again, shout out to Patrick Darcy. Here's his video.
Well, hello again. I wanted to talk about Chille's oral argument for his appeal on July 10th. On the first argument that he's raised, ineffective assistance of counsel, he will lose on that. Why? Well, Michael Mee is listed on the notice of appeal as his counsel.
We all know he always gonna lose on this one. As always, right?
He's also listed as
Doesn't help that the lawyer that he has doesn't have a win either.
Mm-hmm.
the trial counsel for his district court case. So why is Mee still involved if he's this incompetent lawyer? The other argument they made was, well, he filed the brief late because the judge said she didn't see it. The people got it the morning of trial. I don't know what the timing conventions are in Nevada for that. I'm not a Nevada lawyer. I'm just here from California. But most, at least in California, depending on the court you're in, motions in limine and other pretrial motions have timing conventions for them. Sure, the judge knows Michael Mee. It's a small community there, and has probably seen him in action. It doesn't think he's incompetent. If this was trial strategy, especially in California, you're stuck with it. You can't play that card and then say, well, it backfired, so now I want a new trial. I read that brief. I think it was 4 pages. I don't think it would have changed the course of the trial, which is what you need for ineffective assistance of counsel. So again, I think it loses. As far as constitutional speech, again, Chille keeps arguing again and again. He was arrested and charged for filming the cops. Nobody is saying that, but he likes to say that. It doesn't help. It's completely irrelevant.
It doesn't help that he gets it wrong either.
Yeah, and he's still fighting for it. He still wanted to appeal. Like, he thinks he's gonna win from these cases.
And even the judge and the cop said that filming was okay. It was the proximity and everything else.
Silly Chille, the command. Con man. The con man. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Empire of Arts. The petard character is something else. Search nobody else but Donald Duck, Jeremy DeWitt, and you can see the road rage video that the police impersonator known as Police Tube uploaded. I watch all of his stuff. Like, oh my goodness, Jeremy DeWitt. That guy is always getting arrested, like all the time. He got out and then get arrested again. He got out and then get arrested again. And then he got out again and then get arrested. Like,
I thought it was funny that he picked up the lawn chair and threw it at the cops. Like, that was going to stop him from getting arrested. You just added more charges. Congratulations.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I don't remember they're quoting it or even doing any kind of real analysis. A lot of the stuff they did was just roughshod, superficial stuff that doesn't carry really any weight when you've got all the burden of proof. Is that during their appellate briefing, in their opening brief and their reply brief, they didn't actually cite exactly.
The guy who's obsessed with Jeremy DeWitt is an impersonator too. I bet.
How, what language was it that was protected as a First Amendment defense? I covered the Wilson decision. All right, so back on April 12th, I discussed Wilson. When you look at the videotape, and Cap Faillia gets all the credit for this. He was the one that put it all together. I documented it here. Chille says to the driver, "You good?" Cop says, "Don't engage with my driver." Then Chille again says, "Why did they say you were pulled over?" Cop, back up, you're not involved. "Oh, I see." Cop says, "Okay for filming, but stay away from my driver, back up."
You were pulled over.
Which again, he didn't do. He kept approaching her car. He never stayed away from her. He kept trying to interact with her during the investigation. He left that cop no choice but to let her go and deal with him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Back up.
What a
Back up. Got involved. Oh, I see. Oh, gotcha. You can film, but you need to stay away from my driver. Back up. Back up or I'm going to detain you. You're going to
Back up or I'm going to detain you. So even though a lawful order isn't necessary anymore, there it was.
detain me how? In which way?
get away from my car.
Actually, I'm standing right here. I'm at least 10 feet away, officer. I got to tell you, I'm a constitutional law scholar. You can do whatever you want, but just understand something. Your name will go on the law, sir. Mind your own.
Now, here's important. I want her to have privacy. So the cop isn't saying that it was a matter of officer safety at this point. That his intent at this point in time, the cops, is privacy because he's probably exchanging driver's license and insurance information. He doesn't want some guy with a camera filming all of that. I'll give the cop that. And while this is all going down, he's not focused on the driver now. He's focused on Chille. That to me would be obstruction. Okay. He's hindering, he's delaying. That's part of the statute.
Yeah.
Then Chille gets provocative, but that in itself under Wilson would not be the grounds for conviction just because he tells the cop to go F himself or whatever.
Exactly. Exactly. That's no matter, no matter how many times you watch this video, no matter how many times you've been like, even if you flip it or whatever you want to, whatever you want to like, you watch this, you can still see that Chille was in the wrong. No matter how many freaking times you watch this video, you can see how he obstruct the police officer's investigation. That is his own traffic stop. He's not supposed to be like interrupting the police officer's investigation. He's not supposed to be going yelling at the police officer while the police officer was, doing his traffic stop at the same time. He's not supposed to be like, coming close to the police officer's investigation. Like I said, it's been like, no matter how many times you watch this, it's still, it's just,
Let's put this show out of its misery.
Please. And Chille, if you were just please
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
Please stop breaking the law. If you don't want the police officers bugging you.
Thank you, silly.
The silly Chille the con man for $1. Please, thank you so very much. I really appreciate. So please play the nobody else but Donald Duck video. We'll see. We'll try and look at that video.
Not your business.
Mind your own business. I'm a member.
It's not your business would be consistent with privacy, not officer safety.
The press, go get in your car and do your job, little doggy. Go feed her.
You're being detained right now.
Okay, then.
Now, here is basically the command for Chille to stop what he's doing. Now watch what happens.
Detain me.
Oh, my bad. I am muted. So Spirit Hunter said, there might be something hidden behind all that arrest. I'm thinking that he likes jailhouse. He does. Like, I think he does it from Roy. Poor Roy.
Oh, you're gonna detain a journalist. 2000.
Now he's spreading his butt cheeks for Roy. That's
15. Rodriguez. Don't put your hands on me. Don't touch me. Don't put your fucking hands on me.
I am gonna put my hands.
No, you're not.
Now, at this point, you could easily say this is resisting arrest, but the cop said, I'm detaining you for obstruction. So because the statutes are worded so badly, they both have the words obstruct in them, and they both have the word, I think, delays. Whether it's an obstruction, whether it's resisting, I don't know. But since the cop said detaining for obstruction, we got to go with that right now.
2015.
Come over here to my car.
No.
Come over here.
No.
Okay, so no, second time. That's enough in my book to get him on the obstruction. The resisting is another series of things that happen, which happened with trying to handcuff him and everything. I'm not going to cover all of that because I don't want to make this video into an hour. And I took a look at the actual statutes themselves, went over the backgrounds of everything. I did this one back on November 2nd, 2023. So this was a long time ago. And I analyzed both statutes. And the statutes have problems with them because of how overbroad they are. However, Wilson has said that the obstruction charge is not unconstitutional because they took a hatchet to it to try to save the statute by making a specific intent. So back on November 2nd, I analyzed and looked at these statutes, 197.190, and notice that it says that it includes hinder, delay, or obstruct. You're going to see the words delay and obstruct in the resisting arrest statute, which is why these statutes are so bad. They have overlapping language. For resisting a public officer, it is resist, which is fine, then delays or obstruct. So the resisting includes obstruction. That's ridiculous. That's language that overlaps another charge. So you're obstructing, then you could be liable for resisting arrest. If you obstruct, you could be liable for obstruction. I didn't see really any of that discussed in the appellate briefs, and it's a glaring mistake. Still, these statutes are not going to be declared unconstitutional by the district court. It's not its role to do that. It's going to have to certify it to the appellate court or above to get that to be handled. So let's take a look at another video I did where I brought up these things. And I didn't see any of these cases cited in any of the briefs. First, I did this video on November 2nd, 2023. And it's the Scott versus First Judicial District. Now, this one came from the district court of Nevada, the district judge. So that meant, and this case, by the way, was a conviction in the justice court. So to those who say that you can't appeal beyond the justice court and that you can only appeal to the district court, that's not true because that's not what happened here. All right. Anyway, in this instance, the district judge, there were some constitutional questions, obviously. This one all the way to the Supreme Court over whether or not a local ordinance was unconstitutionally overbroad.
There you go. There's a constitutional right there. Right there.
And it was, because basically left it up to the cop to decide whether or not to bust you. I didn't see anyone analyze any of this. They also didn't mention the Silvar versus 8th Judicial District Nevada case. See, these briefs on both sides are going to a lot of trouble to cite all this out-of-circuit authority when there are cases right here that they're missing that I have found. How do you like that? North Nevada Co. versus Meninci. This case was not discussed at all that I saw in any of the briefs. Scott basically was pissing off the deputy sheriff and saying things like, hey, you know what, my dad's a lawyer, so they got him for obstruction. They invalidated the local ordinance. And then Heibel, I found this case, and I've seen nobody discuss it on either side. Heibel basically said, we don't agree with the Ninth Circuit. Officer safety is paramount. That's why I said back in December or November that officer safety would be the grounds by which they convict Chille. And that's exactly what they did, because that's the cases that actually give substance to these statutes, because they talk about all the officers that die in the line of duty. So they're going to protect them over privacy concerns. And that's where they split with the Ninth Circuit. I didn't see anyone discuss this case, even though I found
Patrick is amazing. He has it down pat.
Is a legitimate.
What's that? Can you
I
repeat
said,
that again?
Patrick is amazing. He has it down pat.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He is.
Reason.
And this piece of work is so amazing.
And so 199.280 was discussed in Heibel by the Supreme Court, and I don't see any briefing on that. So these statutes would, if they found their way up, and by the way, Kerry versus Nevada Gaming Control Boards, you can see I highlighted a Nevada case where the Ninth Circuit made a decision on this, not discussed at all in the briefing. Ironically, they're mentioning Terry v. Ohio, which is Chille's favorite law that he wants to invalidate. This case talked about Terry. Officer safety, you'll see that the cop said that privacy was the concern, but the default will be officer safety. That's what Judge Zimmerman said. That's what the cop said. I didn't see much impeachment about the cop on that, because that to me was a very important point. The videotape doesn't shows a state of mind at the cop's the beginning of his interaction with Chille, and yet on the stand he went with a completely different idea, which is the 21-foot rule. You know, if you have 21-foot long subways and you string them together, it's 21 feet. So we'll get next now to judicial bias, a losing
And I
argument.
will say,
I told
at
you
least
this
he did.
the day
He did try to protect the woman's personal information, which is part of their job. But also, Chille posed a threat to the officer, which is why it got switched to officer safety. He kept walking up behind him closer and closer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I see that. That's like everybody can see that from that video at the same time.
And when you become the unpredictable factor, guess what? You get consequences, Chille.
Yep.
he was convicted, I wrote it. I did another video, and some of you guys were like, "What are you talking about? How would you not want to bring that up?" Let me just say this: as a guy who's written appellate briefs, when you want to attack a judge, you are on thin ice, because there's a presumption that the judge is not going to be biased, a very strong presumption, and you need to have really clear evidence. She gave mid-range sentences. 6 months could have been strung together in 1 year. I also said back in November, and you can look at the videotape, I predicted that he would be convicted, at least on the resisting charge. The obstruction was always an iffy charge to me. But now that we've got the Wilson case, the obstruction to me is a foregone conclusion. And on top of that, I also warned that they could string the sentences together, and they did. The judges have discretion to run their courtroom as they want to run it.
I run my unit how I run my unit. You want to investigate me, roll the dice and take your chances. I eat breakfast 300 yards from 4,000 trifles who are trained
for me.
So don't think for 1 second that you can come down here, flash a
petition,
make me nervous.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's the point. Holy crap. Oh man. Yeah. That's the truth. And also, holy crap, we have Dr. Evil. We have Dr. Evil here. Dr. Evil, welcome to the stream. Welcome to Empire of Arts. Patrick is on point. Yeah, exactly. He is. He always is.
You know, when he was giving a thumbs up during sentencing, do I think that added to the time? Yes, I do.
And it should have. He was being really condescending.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking for a 90-day suspended sentence, no jail. Now, Chille's best argument, and he could have excused it for not being part of the record, was the fact that he said he found 6 exact cases. Now, I don't know if that's true. I'm just telling you what he said. You heard it. And he said that she only gave, like classes, and then his words, it would fall off your record. Well, if that's true, that would have been a hell of an important thing to augment the record, where you add additional evidence that you have to be part of the appeal.
See, again, this is where Chille fails being a law scholar. If that would have been true, he would have had the proof to back it up, which he didn't.
Dr. Evil says, I'd like to see body cam footage of Chille getting an attitude adjustment from a few cops. The video, okay, I do have the video. I do have the video that actually him, I think he removes that video though, but it's still on my video section. When he got arrested, like you can tell, like it's up to you to judge.
He needs to encounter a no-nonsense cop, is basically what he's saying.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And it would go to the bias charge. But still, I think he's going to lose on the bias charge completely. So
I want
we'll
to see video footage of Chille in the hole when he only has himself to deal with, and he lost his mind because of it. He can't even stand him.
Right. Okay, so that's it for that video, and then we are going to react to the video that Silly the Chili Conman requested. Here we go.
I got to watch a little bit of it. This guy is something else.
This is Jeremy DeWitt.
Oh, this is a DeWitt fan.
Ah, okay, all right. So he's impersonating a police officer as well, right?
I'm wondering. He looks like. Do you remember the video I showed you a while ago?
Mm.
I can't remember if we covered it or not, but it was one of his people got pulled over, and I think it was Ohio. This looks like that guy.
Ah, okay, all right. Ah.
Didn't he also work for DeWitt though?
Hmm?
Doc, do you know if he worked for DeWitt too?
I don't know.
I swear I've seen this guy. That's why I'm like, I really think it's the one guy that worked for him.
And thank you for $1, $1.99 donation. Dr. Evil. Dr. Evil says for $1.99, this is the guy who made over 1,000 Jeremy videos. Huh.
Okay. Thank you, Doc. He looks a lot like him.
Sheriff's going after you. This guy. The sheriff's going after you.
Oh, so he is obsessed with. Sorry, jump scare. So he's obsessed with Jeremy DeWitt.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. He is very salty. Holy crap. Wow.
See, I'm wondering what he did to make that guy so angry.
Dang. Dr. Evil says, how can you be a subset and a police impersonator at the same time?
Well, don't you know subsets think they can be everything?
Yeah. I mean, even the Frauditors are subsets too, if you know what I mean. Like all of the laws that they were using are basically a subset.
They do try to cross over.
Same thing with Chille de Castro. Chille's thing, like his trifold, like all the words that written on his trifold was also a subset. It's like from all of these people that's been doing this, why not like just get a job and get an education to get, a police academy or something like that, and then become a real police officer instead of like, being impersonating a police officer. It's just they're just like wasting their time. Like, oh my god.
How's it going? Pretty good. I'm glad you came. I was just trying to call you guys. What's going on? This guy in the black Kia behind me. Yeah. All of a sudden he started road raging on me on the 91 freeway. Okay. Started throwing stuff out of his window. He pulled up next to me, flashed a badge. Okay. Started tailgating me, got in front of me, cut me off a couple times. Almost ran over another motorcyclist. I got it all on videotape here. Gotcha. And another couple dash cams there. Okay. Yeah, he called on you. Yeah, right. I saw that eventually it looked like he was doing that too. So is this some sort of road rage type of thing then back on the freeway? I don't know where it came from him. I was just driving normal, but all of a sudden he just cut around me and he almost hit another motorcycle. He started throwing stuff out the window. Okay. I didn't do anything to him. Okay. Do you have your ID on you? He started trying to yell at me. Absolutely. It's in here. But I didn't even roll down my window. I didn't want to engage him at all, Right. You had a nice setup in your vehicle, kind of like ours.
You knew it. You know it.
Yeah, that was a hint to where you should have known this is where you messed up. When he said it's just like ours.
Are you, hang on for a minute. I'm going to go see what's up with him, okay? Absolutely. His issue was something about you getting on your PA and telling vehicles to slow down. No, that's not true at all. We got this guy, sheriff's coming out here. Eventually, when I got right next to him, I did get on my PA and I told him you're going to be in trouble now because I was trying to call the police. Okay, yeah. But that was way after he started throwing stuff out of his window. Did he identify himself as a police officer to you? Yes. Okay. Yeah, because he was trying to do that, but I totally didn't believe he was a police officer by the way he was acting, by the way he was driving, because he was trying to like ram onto the side of me right here while he's throwing his badge and yelling at my window. Then he pulled in front of me, and at the same time, a motorcycle was passing between us, and he almost ran that motorcyclist off the road.
Oh, wow. Wow. Interesting. That roll of toilet paper says I'm a cop. So yeah, wow.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Normal cops don't have to have stuff on it that says I'm a cop.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, he said the same thing about you, that you almost ran motorcycles off the road. No. Not at all. Okay. I have it on video camera. All right, let me just take down your guys' information and we'll be good to go, okay? I would like to, you guys want to do anything about him? I have this video of him throwing stuff out of his window, running people off the road. I'd like to get that information to you so you can file a complaint against him. Well, I'm going to forward this to CHP since it happened on the freeway, okay? Nothing really happened to us here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take down your information and forward it to CHP and see if they want anything done about it. Okay? All right. How's it going? Good. You're like all decked out. I drive a lot. I got these idiots like this all the time. So what do you do for a living? I mean, these dash cams have saved me more than once. Have they? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I've seen a lot of like BMWs and stuff. They're starting to like not like install them from the company, but like the dealerships like they offer it now.
Yeah, like some of the GMs come with 4 cameras, 1 on the front, rear, and 2 on the side, so it captures 360.
Right.
Impersonating a police officer, that's a felony.
Has anybody ever told you about your license plate cover? You're a California exempt.
What about it?
That's a DMV thing, and you're going to probably get a ticket for that.
I don't think so. 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 I don't think so.
Well, you can't put California.
You may not think so, but he knows better.
Oh, it's not on the plate. It's on the frame.
Right.
You know, people put their hopes and dreams on the frame, like I'd rather be fishing or. Oh, it's not on the plate. It's on the frame.
Right.
You know, people put their hopes and dreams on the frame, like I'd rather be fishing or I'd rather be California exempt.
Whatever you want to do, man. I think that's
I mean, I was about to say, man, wow.
Yeah, we didn't need to know that, buddy.
Yep.
Okay, so you live in. That's on there.
Well, here's the thing. You have a PA, and I don't think it's right to be barking orders.
I wasn't barking any orders.
Okay.
We got this guy. The sheriff's going out here.
Well, that's what he said. Okay. You said you have it on video, so that'd be good for you to have it and save it.
Yeah.
Save it.
Yeah.
Save it.
Yeah.
That'd be good for you to have it and save it.
Yeah, of course, that's what I have.
And just out of curiosity, what's with all the cameras?
Idiots like this guy.
Okay. All right. And then you're able to play it right there on your iPad?
Not on the iPad, it's on here. I mean, I might be able to play it.
Okay.
But it's on an SD card.
I'm
so
a
it's easier
Metro
on a laptop,
State
you know?
agent.
I think it might have a playback option. It's a little cumbersome.
Yeah. Another thing we noticed too is that you blacked out the California on your license plate.
California.
Yeah. I think it should be shown.
Hmm.
Okay. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think it should be shown. Okay.
Okay.
Like I said, this happened on the freeway, so I'll forward it to the CHP, see if there's anything they want to do about it.
Is there anybody I can contact, maybe get your contact information, or will CHP be contacting me? Maybe I can leave my number, because this guy needs to be reprimanded.
I want your name and badge number, please. Name and badge number. That's the next step, for sure.
Well, I'm talking to him just as well. I'm telling him.
See, I mean, as a state agent, he should realize that they can't do anything about the highway. That's a separate part.
Mm-hmm.
You have to request the highway videos and go into all of that.
I don't know exactly what happened, but I'm letting you know what you said. I'm letting you know what you said. I'm letting you know what you said. And if there's anything that I feel wrong about it, I'm telling him, just kind of like I'm telling you, the thing about California on your plate and, barking orders out on your PA, which is what he said you did. Just like you said, he cut off a motorcycle. He said you cut off a motorcycle. Okay, so I'm talking to both of you guys. The same.
And he feels like
I know
making
you don't know
videos
exactly
about
what
their
happened. I know exactly what happened. I would like there to be some follow-up for him. Did he tell you what police agency is out of?
He said he's retired.
Oh, okay.
He said he's retired.
Oh, okay.
He said he's retired.
Oh,
okay.
Okay,
But
stop repeating
pretty
it.
much
You
that's
heard it
it.
the first time, man.
You're right.
And if he said he was retired, he has the credentials on him, whether he's retired or not. They still carry their credentials.
It's documented. It is documented. It started off on the freeway, so it will be forwarded to the.
I mean, if you were retired, you can't just like chase somebody at the same time.
Well, I mean, I would
like-
say that he didn't handle it as well as he could have, but I could see where this guy would have gotten upset.
Yeah.
But CHP, I was concerned.
Yeah, that's all we can do, sure.
Okay.
All right.
Any questions?
Any questions?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it could have been handled better, especially from the retired policeman's point of view, because it did get dangerous there for a while.
Our street.
Mhm.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take down your information and forward to CHP, see if they want anything done about it. Okay?
All right. How's it going?
I missed it. What did the guy actually do?
I was just on the freeway on the toll lanes, and just out of nowhere, all of a sudden, he zoomed up behind me, raced around me, got in front of me, and slammed on his brakes. Yeah. And from there, it was just started to road rage until we got out of the toll lanes, and then he started throwing stuff out of his window in front.
Oh, so he was chasing a retired cop.
of me. And he got up on the side of me, rolled down his
Yeah, I
window.
can understand why he got upset then.
Yelling at me.
Where was that? Is that on the freeway?
Yeah, that was on the 91 right after we get out of the toll lanes on our way here, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then he started showing a badge, so I figured he was a fake police officer because you guys don't act like that usually. And
why would you assume? You can't just assume that it's a fake police officer.
Yeah, and
why the fuck you lying? Why?
And he actually almost hit a motorcycle as he got in front of me. That's when I started trying to call you guys. And then he got behind me, so I just got in the slow lane so I could get off the freeway, and then eventually right here on Beach.
Stop it. Get some help.
Be careful, all right? Yeah, absolutely. All right. Have a good day. All right, you too. Take it easy.
oh, wow. Wow.
And if you really were a state agent, you would know better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. Holy crap. Well, anyways, that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thank you so very much for being here in Empire of Arts. Please stay tuned in. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Share the video. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. Dr. Evil, thank you for being here. And the rest of the people that was here, thank you so very much. Would you like to say anything before we go? Dark Angel Rose?
Thank you, everyone, for coming, and I hope everyone has a great night.
All right, so feel free if you guys wanted to, get updated for the new upcoming live stream that we were about to do and the new video that we were about to upload. Feel free to join our Discord channel that was linked in the link in the description down below. And also, if you want an animated portrait, I can also do that for you. The whole info was in our Discord that was linked in a description. It was written right there. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. And once again, happy 4th of July. Thank you guys for being here, and see you guys on the next episode.
Night, everyone.
Where's that? Sorry about that. Sorry. Give me a second. That's the one that I forgot. Here we go. All right, see you guys. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye, everyone.
Well, I'm a great big dildo. I'm a dildo. I'm a great big dildo. Ha! Gay!